Good evening, everybody. This is Timmy, and we are back again to take a look at the Magic the Gathering Commander Legends set a little bit and letting you know how well I did in the tournament. I did awesome, and not to gloat or anything, but this was the card of the night right here. I used him as my commander, and I also used my Prismatic Piper as colored green, and I ran a green and black elf deck, and this turned out to be awesome. I was just cranking out goats to block for him. I got him out on the fourth turn because I ramped up so quick with artifacts and mana, and got him out on the fourth turn and started cranking out goats. And the next thing you know, I got up to 10 and I just grabbed a commander and it was pretty much going to be over after that point. Took a minute to get everything grinding out, and but we got it going. And this guy was just an all-star of evil for +2. This is the first planeswalker I've pulled for commander that is allowed to be a commander, as you can see on the bottom. But I just, for a +2 on his loyalty counters, you get 201 black Thrall creature tokens, and use that for blockers, for in case anybody comes in after him. There wasn't a whole lot of removal that I've seen in this set, so it was kind of tough to just like outright kill anything. I mean, there was ways to kill things, but just outright removal, like just creature kill, was really hard to find. So you really had to get in with your creatures, and it was kind of like a ground pounding battle. And flyers were a commodity for sure. But his second loyalty counter, once I start getting run low on cards, you just sacrifice one of your little creatures, one that does something when it goes to the graveyard, and you draw 2 cards, and then draw another card if the sacrifice permanent was a commander. So you could sacrifice somebody else's commander if you wanted to, but I didn't. I was satisfied with drawing 2 cards. But then, like I said, his -10 is just gain control of all commanders. You get all of them, and put all the commanders from the command zone onto the battlefield under your control from the command zone. And Tevishzat Doom of Fools can be your commander, and it has partners. So I partnered him up with the Prismatic Piper, and we just killed it. But first, I've got 6 packs to open. We're going to hopefully draw some more cool rares, maybe a couple mythics, and see what we can pull. We're not going to spend that much time on the commons this time, but I just wanted to show you a few of the cards that I pulled out that I kind of liked. This card here for black and white and 2 colorless, rather than pay 2 for each previous time you cast a spell from the command zone, this game you can pay 2 life that many times. And it has flying lifelink. And whenever a player casts a spell, they lose 2 life. So you can build a lifelink deck out of this and use it for commander. That would work great for black and white, which both of them gain plenty of life with lifelink. And then you have this white, double white, and 2 colorless enchantment, Court of Grace. When Court of Grace enters the battlefield, you become the monarch, and that means you draw a card at the beginning of your end phase. And then at the beginning of your upkeep, you create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. But if you're the monarch, you create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying instead. Which is, I thought that's pretty solid for sure if you're playing monarch. And then I did pull the turtle, the Archelos Lagoon Mystic, legendary creature, Turtle Shaman. As long as Archelos Lagoon Mystic is tapped, other permanents enter the battlefield tapped. As long as Archelos I gotta get used to saying Archelos. is untapped. Other permanents enter the battlefield untapped. So if he's tapped, everybody else's stuff comes in up tapped. If he's not tapped, then everybody's comes in comes in. If he's tapped, then everything else comes into play tapped. If he's untapped, then everything comes in untapped. So, and it's a 3-color. So that's what I liked about it, really. I was hoping I could find a partner to go with him, but I really couldn't find one because he does not have partner. And so that's what kind of stinks about that card. I wish he had. They usually don't make a partner if they got 3 colors. But this card is, wow, what a rocking card. This is for a Cascade deck for sure. It doesn't have partner, but it's a 5/3 flyer for 2 red and 4 colorless and has Cascade. But whenever you cast a spell with Cascade, return Aurora Phoenix from your graveyard to your hand. So if he gets killed, you just find another card with Cascade and bring him right back to your hand. So it's pretty cool to run, be a good Cascade card for a Cascade type build. And then this one is another life gain deck for sure. The legendary creature Unicorn Lathiel, the Bounteous Dawn. It's for you unicorn lovers out there. It has lifelink. It's a 2/2 creature. At the beginning of each end step, if you gained life this turn, distribute up to that many 1/1 counters among any number of other target creatures. So that's awesome. That's a great commander right there. It just doesn't have partner. And I did pull the Wheel of Misfortune, and this is a fun card. So each player secretly chooses a number 0 or greater. Then all players reveal those numbers simultaneously and determine the highest and lowest numbers revealed this way. Wheel of Misfortune deals damage equal to the highest number to each player who chose that number. Each player who didn't choose the lowest number discards their hand, then draws 7 cards. So that's just a fun card to play. But those were some of the ones that I kind of really liked and pulled out. Also, these are cards that were in my deck. This one was an all-star for tapping down stuff. If they got somebody that was like a big flyer or something that could come over and do you damage, I just tapped him down with that. It costs 4 to do it, but for 5 you can draw a card with him. But it's got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colorless mana ramp up there. But Staff of Domination was an all-star for me during the game. Undergrowth Stadium was really cool, and these lands are going to go nothing but up because, especially for Commander, get black or green mana. Undergrowth Stadium enters the battlefield tapped unless you have 2 or more opponents. So in Commander, this thing's going to come out awesome for a 2-color land right there. And so those are going to do really well. And that one is sleeved up for sure. That was in my deck because I played the black and green. And let's go over a couple of uncommons just to show you a few. I ran the Guiltless Commons, the Vow of Wildness. Savagery is the birthright of every creature that draws breath or wishes it could. Carador, the Ghost Chieftain. And then we have Imperious Perfect, which is an older card reprint, and that's a great card. That's all there is to it for elf decks. So a black and green elf deck is going to be built, and that's what I built, and it just kicked. It just kicked. Then you have Grafted War Gear. I used that. You can equip it for 0, but every time it gets unattached from a permanent, you have to sacrifice that permanent. But it's a good way to sacrifice a creature when you need to. And then there's Ich Tekik, the Salvage Splicer. He's pretty cool. He enters the battlefield. You create a 3/3 colorless golem artifact creature token. And whenever an artifact is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on each Tekik and a 1/1 counter on each golem you control. And it has partners, so he could be a commander for sure. And that's pretty cool. Then Armix Filigree Thrasher. You can just read that. I'm going to try and buzz through these quick. Noxious Dragon was awesome. Once it dies, it kills something else for mana cost 3 or less. Nadir, the Agent of Duskanel. That was a really good card too. Cast down. There's one of the creature removal. A target non-legendary creature. So that's at least a removal spell for black. 3 visits. To get a forest card, you put it onto the battlefield. No tap stuff with that one. Boy, the foils on these are really, really, really tight. So the Miara, Thorn of the Glade, Elf Scout was awesome. And whenever an elf dies, you can pay 1 life and draw a card. So you can replace that permanent you lost. Then Monstrous Onslaught deals X damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control as you cast this spell. So if you got a 10/10 creature out, you can deal 10 divided any way you choose among target creatures. So get out a big monster and then just blast away. Then you got the Scaled Behemoth, which has hexproof. It's a 6/7 for 6. It's a really nice creature. Boy, these will never see standard play, that's for sure. And then you have a remake of the Mindless Automaton. And Mindless Automaton enters the battlefield with 2 1/1 counters on it, and it's a way to draw cards. Then you can pay a colorless, discard a card, put a 1/1 counter on him. So usually you pay 1, put 1 on there, remove 2, draw a card. All right, just a couple more rares that I didn't think were, I mean, they were okay. They just weren't really rocking, but Illajeth, the Crosswords Augur, is a flying. If you would scry a number of cards, you can draw that many cards instead. So if you put together a blue deck with scry, you can use him. You can partner it up with somebody. This is one of the Mutineers, a Salamander Pirate with Encore, which is a new ability, which allows him to come back with haste 1 more time. And then Malcolm, the Keen-Eyed Navigator. And he's a 2/2 Siren Pirate. I just love the artwork on that. That's pretty cool. And the Coastline Marauders. A lot of these are just pirates. And these are all uncommons here. Explosion of Riches. Burning Anger. Kanji's Lieutenant. Slaughter of the Strong. And each player chooses any number of creatures they control with total power 4 or less. Then sacrifices all other creatures they control. So that's a good removal card for anything huge. So I guess I got to take it back when I said there wasn't much removal. I just maybe didn't notice. But there's an enchanted creature gets +2/2. Orjav Advocist. And these are really cool, I thought. Hamza, the Guardian of Oration. He could definitely be a commander for sure for white and green. And Sandstone Oracle, and there's nothing that great about that. All right, let's get into opening up some packs and see if we can pull some rares. My son pulled a Lotus the other day, and those cards are up to $200 now. And so it was just amazing. He was, we got it on camera. It's on, I think I've got a separate video of him opening his stuff, and wow. But here we go. We got some commons here. We're just going to buzz through the commons real quick. Molder Beast, Palace Sentinels, Ambush Viper. There's the Marble Diamond for white. Thorn of the Black Rose. A lot of these cards I recognize from other sets. And there's a Court Street Denizen. Fertilid, of course. Terramorphic Expanse is an awesome card for ramping up. Iona's Judgment. Make a Stand is the first uncommon. And then we have a Revenant. Equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. So it's kind of like a Termagoyf. There's Thought Vessel. You have no maximum hand size, and you can get a colorless out of it for 2. That's ridiculously good. These cards are so powerful. Then you've got, here's my rare, which is Court of Ire. So I'm going to just set those aside. We'll look at them at the end. I got another rare after this. There's Tormod, the Desecrator, legendary zombie. See if I can get that. There we go. And there's Lathiel again. That's my second one. legendary creature. Pulled 2 of her. And Trusty Pack Beast. And 1 more is a spirit token. So let's go to pack 2. We'll look at the rares at the end. I gotta make this quick because I don't want the camera to shut off. So let's just kind of buzz through these commons here. There's Pennon Blade is a common. Lightning Rig Crew. Imperious Perfect again. Bio Waste Blob. Kanji the Sky Warden. That's pretty sweet. It's a bird wizard. And Brinelin the Moon Kraken. And here's my... Where was my rare? I missed it. There it is. That was the green one. The Bio Waste Blob is the rare. I thought the uncommons were better. There's Blade Brand in a foil, a soldier token, and Kanji the Sky Warden. It's Flying Vigilance, 3/3 for 5. Whenever Kanji Sky Warden attacks, attacking creatures with flying get +2 until end of turn. Whenever Kanji blocks, blocking creatures with flying get +0/+2 until end of turn. That's a sweet card right there. Great for a white and blue deck. I wonder if these cards will be allowed to play in Historic, in Arena. I doubt it. I wanted to mention, I did start playing Arena online, and I'm already up to level 2 silver in just my 3rd day. I did manage to get some really good cards, and worked my way up to a couple of really decent standard decks. I got a mill deck going and a Gruul deck going pretty good. I also got a white weenie deck, and I'm working on a black-red Rakdos deck and a blue-white, but I still need more cards from Zendikar and some of the other block, but doing pretty well. Getting some wins. That's good. Here's Horizon Scholar, Pride of the Perfect, Grafted War Gears, a double. Command Beacon, there we go. Sacrifice Command Beacon. Put your commander into your hand from the command zone. Into your hand, huh? Well, I guess you could do that to protect it from Tevish Zot, I guess. If he went to steal you from the command zone, you could throw him into your hand. That's a way to protect him. Then there's Falzis Shadowcat Familiar. There's a familiar for each color. Emoti Celebrant of Bounty. And we've got a Boarding Party foil. The Prismatic Piper is my second one. You can run 2 of these, as a matter of fact, if you wanted to run 2 colors. And another Spirit token. But, all right, let's go to pack number. This is number 3, because we got, number 4, excuse me. All right, let's see if we can pull something super, something mythic would be nice. Let's get rid of these commons here. We don't. There's a Fencing Ace, which it's an arena card. Burnished Heart, Stingerfling Spider, and Blade Griff Prototype as an artifact creature, Griffin. Whenever Blade Griff Prototype deals combat damage to a player, destroy target non-land permanent of that player's choice that one of your opponents control. It's alright. Radiant Sarah Archangel. Sweet. Oh, I got Nevinyrral. There's the one I wanted right there. Awesome. Nevinyrral, I got him. The Urborg Tyrant. Hexproof from artifacts, creatures, and enchantments. When Nevinyrral Urborg Tyrant enters the battlefield, create a tapped 2/2 black zombie creature token for each creature that died this turn. And then when he dies, you pay 1 colorless, and when you do, destroy all artifacts, creatures, and enchantments. That's like he sets off the Nevinyrral's disc. That's the best rare of the night. Then you have Alina Kesig Trapper in foil. And the Spirit token. Oh my goodness. My son's going to be jealous again. That was another one that he wanted. Okay, we got 2 more. Maybe I can get lucky and pull one of those lotuses. I don't know. I don't really care. I don't think they're all that. I think people just really hyped them up, but it'd be cool to have one for sure. Kite sail. Let's go through these, burn through these commons. I don't want to spend too much of your time. There's a Vow of Lightning, Demonic Lore, Brass Herald, Austere Command. That's pretty sweet. Check out all that. Destroy. You can choose 2. Destroy all artifacts, destroy all enchantments, destroy all creatures with converted mana cost 3 or less, or 4 or greater. That's a sweet card there. And then we got Captain Vargas Wrath, the Orc Pirate. That's pretty sweet. And Ghoster, that's my second one of him. Ghost of Ramirez de Pietro, a Rupture Spire foil, and a Thrall token, which I'm glad I got one of those for my Tevish Zot. And we're on our last pack. Let's buzz through this. Guys, make sure you let me know what you think in the comments about the new set, and if you're playing any Commander at all. I know we're pretty excited about whenever there's a new set comes out, man, we all get excited about it and playing the new cards because we're bored with the old ones. And then you get to build new decks, and that's part of the fun of it. And we got Supreme Will, Orzhov Advocatus we already got, Volcanic Torrent, Vampiric Tutor, a Mythic rare. Search your library for a card, then shuffle your library and put that card on top of it. You lose 2 life. There's a Mythic rare there, Vampiric Tutor. Nice, they brought that back. Elharu, Solemn Ritualist, legendary human monk. That's pretty cool. And I got a Hellkite Courser, another Mythic rare of Jessica, Thrice Reborn. And another rare right after that, Mythic rare. That's 3 Mythic rares in one pack. That's amazing. I got Jessica, Thrice Reborn. Oh, we got to look at this. Jessica, Thrice Reborn enters the battlefield with a loyalty counter on it for each time you've cast a commander from the command zone this game. And then 0, you can choose a target creature until your next turn. If that creature would deal combat damage to one of your opponents, it deals triple that damage to that player instead. Wow. Then -X, Jessica Thrice Reborn deals X damage to each of up to 3 targets. And she can be your commander, and she has partner. That's amazing. That's an amazing card there. So glad to get that. And we got the Hellkite Courser, a dragon with flying, of course, but in its foil, when Hellkite Courser enters the battlefield, you may put a commander you own from the command zone onto the battlefield. It gains haste. Return it to the command zone at the beginning of your next end step. That's amazing. And it's a 6/5 flying dragon. That's pretty sweet. Mythic rare right there. 3 Mythic rares in one pack and a treasure token. That was a good pack. That's the best pack of the night. Still, look at these rares I pulled here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rares out of 6 packs. 3 Mythic rares. One of them foil. And that's just amazing. And I still think the best one I pulled out of here is Nevinyrral, Urborg Tyrant. It's going to go right up there next to Tevish Zot, the Doom of Fools. And I got another Planeswalker right here, and a Vampiric Tutor. So that's amazing. That's amazing. So you got Jessica, Thrice Reborn. Oh my goodness. Well, that's all I got for you now, guys. I appreciate you checking these out with me. That was pretty amazing. I'm real happy to get those. I'm going to have to send some pictures to my son. He's going to be jealous. He's going to, oh, well, you want to trade? And I'm like, I don't think so. I don't like trading my cards. I like keeping the stuff I get. He's always trying to trade with me. He wants that Tevish Zot bad. So I was like, man, you're going to have to pull one. All right, we'll see you. This is Tim from 313. Keep on playing and having fun. And everybody stay safe and be well. Good night.